Pete.
MP.
All right, baby. Let's get down.
Yeah, it was a very enjoyable. So you'll go back? I'm coming back next Sunday. Yeah, with Jules and Dumbfounded and Gene and also Andre and Jim. Look at that. You look good. And I'm gonna dress as, and I'm gonna get you dressed as peasants. I put Asian and peasants. Who's that?
Okay.
Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2 Grant Hill. And reporting courtside, it's Ali LaForce. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Julius Randle.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. They've got Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler out there with Gary Payton II. Then it's Buddy Hield, and it's Spencer in at the 1. And for the Timberwolves, Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert, and it's Prez in at the point. Well, Grant, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of...
Hollywood. And so
who did I go egg honey with?
I have no idea. Your fancy friends. Yeah.
Allison Janney.
Yeah, of course. Bradley Whitford. The whole
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Bradley Whitford. The whole.
games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Hit me, I'm open.
Spencer grabs the miss. Outside Butler. 4-3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Edwards looking it over. Pass to McDaniels. Down low. And that one is hammered home.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
And the basket by Hield.
You should be looking for Hield. What a great pass.
And here's Minnesota now. They've been on a heater of late. 7 wins in a row.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
Now here's Butler. His last outing, we saw him score 22. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
How talented is Butler? I mean, just so adept at carving out some space inside and converting.
Into the lane. And the shot goes.
Right now, they're humming along. 3 of 4 to start this game.
Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Pass to Spencer. Outside Hield. Here's Green. Launches it. McDaniels with the rebound. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Over to the wing. Here's Prez. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Prez has got 6 points.
Ideal way to start the game. Come out of the gate and knock down all but one of your first 5 shots.
Butler against Randall. Here's Spencer. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
When you talk wings, Butler is a top-notch passer. He has a great understanding of the game.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Guys. Thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
Yeah, we'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And it's Green missing. The Timberwolves lead by 3. Pass to Prez. Warriors with the rebound.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
And it's Hield missing.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Prez, the pass to McDaniels. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. It's McDaniels on the wing. Clock at 6. Pass to Prez. The 3-ball. Rebounded by Butler. And so it's Butler who brings up the ball for the Warriors. They trail by 3. Last game matched up with the Grizzlies. Tough loss there.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Here's Prez. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. He was unstoppable. Oh, 3 chances on that possession, but they just can't find a way to score.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still gotten the lead.
A find from Buddy Hield. I'd like to see him do that more. Spread the ball around.
For Minnesota, they've gotten 5 of 11 shots to go. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Prez. Back to Daniels. Here's Prez. Fires the 3. Hits the 3-pointer. Prez has got 9 points.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And as the year comes to a close, let's take a look at how the Rookie of the Year race is going. Still lots of games to go in the new year, but here's where the rookies rank right now. What an incredible start to his rookie season. Sitting in the race.
And you know his confidence must be soaring, sitting at the top of this impressive list of young talent.
Yeah, nobody has made a bigger splash than he has in this early part of the season. He's already living up to his potential.
Here's Spencer, following the score by Minnesota. Green with a screen on Edwards. Edwards against Hield. Butler surveying the floor. From outside the arc. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. The Timberwolves lead by 3. To the inside. Here's Randle. And it's Randle with the jam.
Wow. Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
And the Warriors shooting a solid 50% in the opening quarter. To halt the run. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Minnesota's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Here's Prez. He's got 11. Randle, the pass to Edwards. Here's Prez. Outside Edwards. He shoots it. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Their last game against the Knicks, played some superb basketball. He finished with 51 points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he could repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum. Into this one.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
And the Warriors making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And Grant, by now, many of the questions we had coming into the season have been answered.
Oh, no question, B.A. But it's still a long way to go. Much can change over the course of the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if a contender or two has yet to emerge.
So it's the Warriors now, following the score by Minnesota. Pass to Spencer. The ball's knocked loose. It's McDaniels on the wing. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 10-point Minnesota lead.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists. Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Here's Prez. He's got 11. Chalk up 2 there. Prez has got 13 now.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Got it.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
McDaniels passes to Prez. Count it. That's his 7th basket of the game in 14 tries.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits. in the first period.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no warm-up period. There was only, let's do this.
Now here's Butler. He's got 5. That's his third basket and 5 shots. Solid work.
I like everything he's doing so far offensively, finding his spots, making strong selections.
To the paint. Over to the left wing. Here's Spencer. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Butler's got 4 assists now tonight.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some support.
And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
Reed's checked in for Minnesota. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. Now here's Hield. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. The shot by Pajemski, no good. Minnesota leading by 6. Outside Edwards, to the wing, right side, Prez. The Warriors pull it in. Last time they met was in the Bay Area.
They definitely came into that one hoping to be competitive. Unfortunately, they were anything but.
You don't see a lot of blowouts in the NBA, so you're surprised whenever you see a lopsided score.
No good on the triple.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
Pass to Edwards. Here's Prez. Takes a 3. Unable to get that one. Outside Hield. And here's Moody. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built to score. So.
Now here's Edwards. 5 points in the game. Knocks down the triple.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
Warriors trail by 7. Remember when people were questioning whether the Warriors were truly a dynasty, RJ?
I do, and that was erased for good with that championship run in 2022. I still think that that is Steph's most important championship. That title cemented them as one of the all-time great teams of the last 50 years.
Here's Prez. He's got 15.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to post. Back to Hield. 1:11 left to play in the first quarter. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
The Timberwolves lead by 4. Here's Prez. 17 points in the game. Alexander Walker. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randall with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Outside Moody. Here's Post. Outside Hield. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
What about their offense? It was a well-oiled machine, getting them high-quality looks time and time again.
The coaching staff has been happy with how well they've executed the game plan. They operated as a cohesive unit.
Here's Kuminga following the score by Minnesota. Golden State needs to get off.
They needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And so it's Minnesota closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. They've got Jonathan Kuminga. Moody is out there with Brandon Pajemski. Then there's Gary Payton II. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Prez, and he converts the layup. Prez has got 21 points in the game.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Outside Kuminga. From deep. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And following this one, they'll take on the Hawks in Atlanta. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Spins. Prez, the pass to Alexander Walker. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Naz Reid. That's his first foul of the game. Warriors trail by 7. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Outside Moody. Kuminga against Ingles. Left side Kuminga. Outside Pajemski. Completely new group for the Timberwolves. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Outside Butler. Beyond the arc. And it's Butler knocking down the 3.
The ball control Butler possesses is valuable. I mean, his decision-making and pick and rolls is quite impressive.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Brand?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, the Warriors can be sloppy with the ball. Coach Kerr said, I don't mind turnovers that result from trying to make the extra pass. It's the ones that don't stand a chance to get through that bother me. If we just hit singles with so many playmakers and shooters, that it's all going to come out pretty positively. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. The rebound by Shannon.
Part of why they have this lead, they're doing the little things out there.
Pass to Prez. Gobert with a screen on Butler. And there's the lob, the punch from Gobert.
I mean, how do you stop Gobert on the slam? He's too big, rising up too fast. There's really nothing you can do.
Warriors trail by 9. Butler passes to Green. Here's Spencer. Three-pointer. The rebound by Shannon. Pass to Prez. The teardrop. Spencer grabs the miss. Spencer's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Hield. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Hield has bounced around for a while now, but he's still a deadly shooter, Richard.
Hield is the definition of a shooter for hire. He's a mercenary. When he's on the floor, he's looking to pull up from deep. That's what he's paid to do. He's been an elite shooter his whole career.
And Minnesota making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in.
Known as a volume three-point shooter, Hill is effective both as a starter as well as coming off the bench.
Here's Prez. 23 points in the game. 5 to shoot. Edwards for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Spencer's got 5 rebounds in the game. Payton finds Butler. Can't cash it in from close range. Minnesota leading by 7. Here's Prez. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Prez has got 25 points in the game. And it's Butler with the ball for the Warriors. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Well, a chance to check out some stats for Julius Randle.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Outside Butler. Butler unfazed.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
The Timberwolves lead by 7. Takes a step back. Here's Prez. It doesn't go for him. For 3. Fires in the triple. Prez has got 28 points for the game.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Here's Hield. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up.
Guys like Buddy Hield, knockdown shooters, they are in high demand around the league.
That's good from Hield.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Hield hits them both. So it's Minnesota now. 1:35 left to play in the first half. Prez, the pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Prez. There's the 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. Prez has got 31 points.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
The shot by Butler, no good.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Prez. Give him 31 now. Going inside. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
I mean, that was just terrific work to stay in control and finish.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Warriors trail by 14. Now here's Butler. 14 points for him. Here's Spencer. Sinks Makes the tray. Spencer's got 15 points.
This brings him to 3 total makes from the arc, with just 1 in this half so far.
Prez, the pass to Randall. Here's Prez. The 3. Offensive rebound, Timberwolves. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And he makes it on the layup. Prez has got 36 points.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far at the line. He misses the free throw, and Minnesota making a change here. good on the second free throw.
Normally he sinks all of his free throws. The defense got lucky there.
And so it's Minnesota in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Thanks for tuning in. We love the mountain climbing, don't we? Well, there's a huge mountain to climb for the Golden State Warriors.
They've been shot out of the gym. Even when they do extend their defense, it doesn't matter. I don't know what the remedy is.
I got 3 words for you. Elbow sandwich.
All right, and now one of the more highly anticipated topics. Some news about trades to discuss.
And their fans should be excited to see Conley coming in. He's a guy that can bind the team together, control the pace, make sure everyone stays involved.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Warriors trail by 13. Ed is at the 2 with McDaniel. Playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Naz Reid. And it's Prez in at the point. So that's the lineup from Minnesota.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Edwards gets the bucket.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Payton. Pass to Hield. From the arc. Prez grabs the board. Prez has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Edwards. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
Minnesota shooting their second and third shots at the line here. Free throw good, Edwards. Randall, he's checked in for Reed. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Tries again. Here's Randall. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Hield with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. And here's Butler outside. He buries it from 3. Butler's got 17.
Unselfish offense leads to Butler getting something in rhythm.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Here's Prez. He's got 36 points. Just 3 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
With 4 personals now, he'll have to be extremely careful the rest of the way.
And Minnesota making a change here. Ingles is checked in. Pass to Green. Outside Payton. Butler against Ingles. Butler passes to Payton. Green, a screen. Puts up a 3. Payton, no good.
And they have been cold coming out of the break. Only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
Here's Prez. The shot comes out. Green with the defensive effort. Warriors trail by 13. Here's Butler. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And they have started out this quarter shooting just 20%. Let's just say this is not the way they wanted to open the second half.
Prez, the pass to Gobert. And stolen by Green. Here's Spencer. Pass to Butler. Outside Hield. The 3 is up.
And not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
They set a pick. Here's Prez. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler.
And usually that's a bucket for him. But look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Pass to Spencer. No good with the triple. Minnesota leading by 13. Here's Prez to win the drought. Rebounded by Hield. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Spencer. Knocks it down from distance. Spencer's got 18 points in the game.
Look at Hield's unselfish approach. He's working to find everyone to look, not just himself.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Clark is checked in for Minnesota. And here are the top 3-point shooters in the NBA. You take a look at Edwards. He is downright lethal from distance, ranking first in the league in 3-point percentage. And, of course, Jaden McDaniels, 1 spot behind.
And the way both of these guys open up the floor with their long-range shooting, you just can't afford to give them any airspace from deep.
Pass to Prez. Releases. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Prez has got points.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up. Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Outside McDaniels. Fires for three. Hits the trifecta. McDaniels got his second basket of the game.
Even though he hasn't lit up the scoreboard, I like how he's keeping others involved.
Richard, how do you think you would have fared if social media was as prevalent in your younger years as it is right now?
I can tell you right now, I would not be able to sit next to you right now, B.A. That's the type of life I would have lived.
Pass to Payton. Green with a screen on Edwards. Here's Payton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Shoots from the right block. Edwards can't hit. Warriors trail by 13. Takes one from 10 feet, and that one's good. Spencer's got 7 now in this quarter.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
And there's the 8-second violation as they can't. Get it across half court in time. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. On Monday, they head back home to host the Indiana Pacers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for their matchup with Phoenix, they're going to have to play flawless in that one. An opponent like that will punish mistakes, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were able to win.
Pass to Butler from behind the arc. He got it. Butler, the deep three.
From another zip code, Jimmy Buckets.
Minnesota leading by 8.
That looked like a fuck. That looked like a fuck. So I want to let you know, Scotty, I appreciate you letting the moment get to you. I appreciate you showcasing your emotions. I appreciate you showcasing being a human. And we appreciate the hell out of you, Scotty. What a tournament. That was why we were off Thursday, Friday.
Shit. Here's Prez. He's got 38. And he banks in the layup. Prez has got 40 points.
As they set their sights on
You guys had a great 4 days.
locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
Outside Payton. Outside Butler. Green, a screen. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after it.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Back to Butler. Green with a screen on McDaniels. And here's Butler outside. Again, the miss by Butler.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That's coming out of blocking. I've watched this video 60 times. I was like, seems like the right arm's doing a lot more than what I ever gave it credit for. Yeah. So obviously I stopped in here to sim this weekend. Oh, man. After watching this video, baby girl goes down to sleep. I'm like, babe, I'm going to get over Thunder real quick. Got some love. Tell you what, I might be back. Okay. I might be back. Okay. I was nothing. I was making solid contact. Okay. PhDs for Center Street. Didn't have to sim on because once again, sim doesn't work. So. But it does. There is a space for me to hit into. Yeah, right. True. Right hand. Looks like that's what. I think you got it. Come on, walk. It looks good. I get in the slot. The what?
Warriors
Slot.
trail by 21.
I like those
So on the floor
slots.
for Golden State, Brandon Pajemski out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga, and it's Post in at the center, locking down the middle. Yep, count it.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Outside Edwards. Launches a three. Pajemski grabs the board. Pajemski's got 6 rebounds now in the game. No good that time. Oh, good D by Edwards. Here's Prez. Pass to Reed. Here's Prez. Now here's Edwards. 6 on the shot clock.
And we've seen Edwards grow a lot in the
Don't trust the screen, goddamn.
Great understanding of how to put defenders in tough spots.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, Richard, one thing we're seeing an emphasis on by the league, mental health.
I'm surprised it took people so long to understand how grueling of a mental task it is to try and be one of the 450 year in and year out.
Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Edwards with it. McDaniels a screen.
God damn!
That's good. Anthony Edwards for 3. Edwards has got 5 points now in the quarter. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Now Jackson Davis. Outside Moody. Pass to Pajemski. 4 on the clock. Releases. Cash money on the open jump shot.
And he's been much more assertive here in the second half, getting to his spots, executing with ease.
Here's Prez. And there's a pick. It's McDaniels on the wing. Outside Edwards. Pass to Prez. Here's Gobert. Kept alive. Outside Reed. Let's go with a 3. And another 3 from Minnesota.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're really going to put his foot on the pedal.
Right wing. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Prez. Off target from outside.
I'm going to say he hasn't found the same success here in the second half compared to what we saw from him in the first.
Now here's Pajemski. You know, for a while now, the NBA has done a last 2 minutes report on games. Richard, how do you think the players feel about this?
I can tell you how I feel. I don't like the 2-minute report. I think it does absolutely nothing to help the basketball.
And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get the foul overturned.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal fouls.
The previous play is under review.
Every single week.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
That's nice, but
And they've made their decision. The ball will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul.
He wanted him to do his thing straight up, that's a fact.
It's the same as me. It's like, it's like, why is the game not trying to do this? He's trying to do something else. Yeah. Like you said,
Butler's checked in for Jackson Davis.
Yeah. I'm watching Scotty follow Rombo was 2 holes ahead, and it seemed like that is part of the offense.
And the first one at the line is good. Then how about Brandon Pajemski, Richard? When he's given the minutes, he can stuff the stat sheet.
Yeah, even when it comes to his rebounding, B.A., that's the result of great heart, great hustle, and great timing. His teammates feed off his energy. Didn't get to the line in the first half, but since the break, he's been in attack mode. Great adjustment.
Checked by Gobert. Pass to Edwards. Inside. Tipped away. Prez uses the glass to finish the layup. Prez has got 42 in the game.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Kuminga, the pass to Butler. Now, we don't pick favorites, Richard, but did you have a favorite road city?
Well, it depends on when you ask me, B.A. That's my favorite city. I was born in L.A., but there's nothing like going home to Phoenix, Arizona, where I grew up.
Minnesota leading by 22. Here's Prez driving to the basket. From the top of the key. It's rebounded by Golden State.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
To the middle. Doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Kuminga. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Takes it inside. Prez, that's good. Prez has got 44.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Outside Pajemski. Pass to Butler. Jacks up a 3. Rebound Minnesota. Reed's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Prez. Here's Gobert. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
They set the pick. To the inside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Selfless play by Butler. Using the pick and roll to move the defense and get his guy a good look.
To the paint. Here's Prez. It's McDaniels on the wing. Here's Prez. Defended by Pajemski. And it's Prez missing.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrating.
Pajemski's shot is good. Pajemski's got 12 points here in the second half.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Here's Prez. Defended by Pajemski. Here's Prez. And he gets it to go. Prez has got 46.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing.
Can't stop that, Bo.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He is not messing around. Calling them into the huddle.
Give me 99s over. Oh, taking the finish.
And the Warriors will go with a different look here.
Check it out. Unless we they're on the 15th hole and it's a one-stroke lead or 3 guys are tied. Like, you're not turning over to the PGA Tour.
See, I disagree with you. I'll have golf on in the background Saturday, Sunday.
Always.
I just have it playing in the background.
Sure.
You know, like I just now, granted, having somebody that I know's name on there, boy, that certainly helps. Because if I
wouldn't have turned it on if Vegas was still at the top.
Johnny Vegas,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like background.
Okay.
That's all I'm talking about.
Your boy Scotty's always on that list on Sunday.
Yeah. Scotty's playing in all these things. So the guy is like committed to the game.
Yeah, but you're locked in on the PGA. Like, background noise at PGA Championship, like, you're watching every single shot.
It's a major. Agreed. Completely. But if they have a good leaderboard on any of them, which I think if the live golfers were around, would be a much more prevalent type thing.
For sure.
I think would be good. So why don't they go shake each other's hands?
Please.
Go shake each other's hands. And if you need to make up for the money that needs to be given out to Rory and Scotty and all these other guys, figure it out. Feels like you can do that. Golf is awesome whenever it's rolling. Now, you talk about the NBA. Denver Nuggets just get run out of the fucking gym.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Oklahoma City just doesn't. Congrats, Oklahoma City. They are the odds-on favorites to win the NBA title. Now, 7 straight years of a new champion is what the NBA is talking about, as they should, all the way back to the Toronto Raptors. If you do recall, in 2019, having a big-time win for all of Canada.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Celebrating all that. Then it goes to the Lakers. Then the Bucks, obviously, the bubble for the Lakers. Then the Bucks, remember that? Giannis dreams of those days still. The Warriors, the Nuggets, Celtics, and then who will it be this year? I don't think Oklahoma City, Minnesota, and Indiana haven't won. And then the Knicks haven't won since like 1973 or something. And I forget the exact date. It's been a long time. So obviously all these cities are going to be fully invested. All these cities are going to be incredibly excited. All these cities know that parade season could be just about a month away.
That's right.
Oklahoma City versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. SGA versus Ant. I can't wait to watch both of these crowds do what they do. That Oklahoma City crowd feels like a college crowd.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a college crowd whenever they're, and the way they, because everybody does a white out or a blue out or whatever. The way that they do what the colleges does with the striping of the thing and then everybody bought in, it's like, I love the atmosphere at OKC. I love the way that team kind of buys into it. A lot of people hating this team. A lot of people do not like this OKC team.
Really?
Small market, had a great year. SGA's big schmuck, like the way he is.
Chet Holmgren.
You would think they'd be very affable. People hate the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Why is that?
I think it's because
Chet Holmgren's a big part of this.
Chet, I think it's also
the foul merchant stuff.
For SGA. And then Hartenstein, I believe.
Yeah.
Caruso's a dog. I love watching this team play. And if you run Joker in that Denver Nuggets team, even if Gordon has pulled hamstring out of the gym, I think you've warranted everybody's respect. And then you think about the Minnesota team, Ant has become like the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody enjoys watching him play. Everybody enjoys the way he operates. Not everybody, I guess, but a majority of sports fans are like, this guy's a dog. We love to watch him play basketball. Then Randall, obviously the trade from the New York Knicks, he's become a massive weapon for this Minnesota team. And then if you think about the sale of the team with A-Rod and them getting involved, it's like storylines galore. Congrats to Minnesota. Then let's go to the East. The East is a rivalry that I don't know if a lot of people know goes back a long, long time. Michael Cole, who's obviously a diehard New York Knicks fan, a guy that I get to work alongside of for Monday Night Raw, GOAT in the commentator world as a whole, certainly in the wrestling world. He said, I did some research. Do you know the New York Knicks lead the all-time series 124 to 122 or something?
Wow.
Yes.
Hey.
That is the all-time series between them. In the playoffs, we lead the series. I think it's like 5-2 or something like that. I forget what it is. Obviously, everybody remembers Reggie Miller and Spike Lee. In the years in the past,
the Warriors have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Pass to Butler. Well, Grant, it appears the league expansion is around the corner. Any concerns about spreading the talent too thin?
Not really, BA. I mean, the global pool of players competing for an NBA roster spot has never been deeper. So
that we saw from the weekend. Everybody saw that video captivate the entire internet. And obviously the entire city of New York got buried for it. Like, what a bunch of scumbags. That was a conversation. My conversation was, who was this man that was willing to stare down 100-some people in the streets of New York just days before the Eastern Conference Finals between the New York Knicks and Indiana Pacers? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we found him. New York firefighter, Hans Perez. How are you, man?
How you doing, guys? I'm good, man. I made it out.
Yes, certainly.
There's plenty of talent to go around. Another triple for him. 3 in the second half. 4 total. Keep shooting it.
Down low. It's Edwards on the wing. Here's Prez. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Warriors trail by 20. Butler with the ball. And it's Gobert picking him up. And he's headed to the line for two. He gets the whistle there.
Playing with passion. Butler is never scared of a challenge. A wing who battles inside.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far from Minnesota?
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition. Just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Minnesota leading by 19. Here's Prez. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Green, the pass to Butler. Takes one from 10 feet. No good. A bit long that time. The Timberwolves have gone 7 for 15 in the fourth. Here's Prez. Spencer grabs the miss. Warriors trail by 21. And Richard, with the new CBA in place, the middle class is starting to strengthen in the league.
And I think that's a good thing. You don't want minimum players and max players. There is a big gap between those two styles of play. There are so many players that fit in between. There's all-stars. There's young players that deserve a larger portion of the money.
Oh, another one falls.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Butler. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
Some people could say he's struggling in offense this period. I like to think of more drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
And they've been so much more aggressive drawing the whistle here in the second half.
How did you gather? Because we don't see the video, obviously, after that. How did they stop? They got tired of your boxing.
That one misses.
I just kept going. I just kept walking. I just kept saying, calm down. So I said, yeah, Pennsylvania, you can't do it like I just got swallowed into mom. But I just go, I keep walking. I'm like, oh, man.
And he sinks the second. Golden State has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. Here's Spencer. And he lays it up and in. Spencer's got 24 points.
He's been shooting with great consistency tonight. Love to see that confident play on offense.
Here's Prez. And the layup is
You better get him a boogie.
Yeah, this dude's die hard, okay? I love everything about it.
Man, this is one of my first tattoos. Like 17 years old, man. Got it, would have got it.
Nice little kitchen tat. Love everything about it. Obviously, here's you with the fam. Pacers hat, Pacers jersey. Happy to see that you're a real Pacers fan. Sorry that happened to you, but we actually have a special guest who wants to talk to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the point guard for the Indiana Pacers, Iowa State, Tyrese Halliburton.
What's up, bro? What's up, Tyrese? What the hell? My man, how you doing? I'm good, bro. How are you? I'm glad you made it out the jungle alive, bro. I'm glad you're still here with us, man. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, man, it was rough. I feel like I'm going to war with you guys, man. Well, speaking of going to war with us, I wanted to hit you. Pat told me he found you yesterday, called me. I said, I got to get on the show and talk to him myself. I want to personally bring you and a +1 out here to come to Game 4 here in Indiana. I'll bring you guys out here, put you guys up, get you guys seats to the game. The Pacers, everybody in our organization wants to make sure you're taken care of. All the team's excited to meet you. It's all we've been talking about. Everybody's seen the video. So I want to bring you out here. And, yeah, man, I'm really excited about that. So
You in, Hans? I believe that's on Tuesday. You're able to make the trip. I know scheduling, obviously, as a firefighter or something.
You know, I gotta talk to the guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure we could work something out.
Hey, make sure it's first class.
That's awesome. Sorry?
Make sure that flight's first class, Hans. You know, this guy's max deal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, man.
Hey,
What?
yo, thank you. I just want to say thank you, Tyrese, man. Yo, you are awesome. The team is awesome. I appreciate that. And, man, let's go Pacers, man. Let's go Pacers.
We'll see you on Tuesday, Hans. We'll see you on Tuesday, right?
Hopefully, yes, God willing, let's go.
Okay.
Hopefully, yeah.
Tyrese,
Guys.
you're a good man.
My people reach out, but again, I just want to make sure I tell you, I appreciate the way you handled that with such class. I know that's a hectic, crazy time, and I appreciate the way you handled it. I appreciate you showing love to the organization, showing love to myself personally. That means the world to me, man. And that video, when I saw it, I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but I'm glad that we found you, and hopefully I can meet you here within the next week. That'd be pretty awesome. So appreciate you again, man. Pat, thank you so much.
You good? We good? We doing this?
Hey, I'm in. I'm good. I'm in.
We appreciate you, Hans. Tyrese, you're the man for this. Tyrese actually was the one that hit me up and said, hey, can we find this guy? And that's why I put out the tweet that was like, somebody find this man. And with the, there's a lot of drawbacks of the internet. There's a lot of drawbacks of things. The one that wanted me to basically put out the search, and whenever I think it was one of your coworkers, I believe, said, hey, I know this guy, and then Bruce Brown went on the hunt and started sending messages. The fact that we're able to find you is a gift from the internet, and the fact that you are putting on for the Pacers is good for our team as we head into the Eastern Conference Finals. We appreciate the hell out of both of you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, bro.
That's good. So pumped that we got a chance to connect those two.
That was cool.
Hans, dog. Absolute dog. And obviously he's a firefighter in New
Yeah,
York.
that's cool.
He's been pretty much unstoppable.
And so it's Butler who brings up the ball for the Warriors. Their next game playing at home as the Pacers come to town. And that's the first of just 2 home games for him.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take a swipe at you.
Prez. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Obviously want to keep everything, above board.
The Warriors have gotten 8 of 16 attempted shots to go here in the fourth. Butler passes to Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Look at how effectively Green uses his body, disrupting the defense with the screen and making some room for himself.
We're going to take place Wednesday,
On the take. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
It's very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems.
Their head coach, in Siri line to an extension.
Outside Butler.
Congratulations. Obviously, there was a lot of people mocking him.
Pass to Spencer. The three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Now Edwards.
This guy's acted like a child behind the scenes.
Over Payton. The rebound by Payton.
He watched the way the team prepares, the way the team plays with him as the head coach.
Out to the wing.
Maybe this guy isn't some big dumb douche. Maybe this guy's a good football coach.
Here's Spencer. Healed for 3. Prez grabs the board. Prez has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Outside Edwards.
That's the perfect way of putting it because there's so many different now.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Reed. Here's Edwards. 3-pointer. Here's Prez. And it's good. He hits another one.
I can't believe I'm saying this. He's now second in 60-point games all time.
Tapping into his full arsenal. Night in, night out.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Timberwolves.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And they played well tonight, picking up win number 24 of the year.
And that'll put a little extra meaning on their next game. No team wants to go 0 for 4 against an opponent, no matter who it is.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game. game for Prez.
Okay, I'm going to explain what he did here. It's called playmaking. Being someone that seeks out their teammates, making the extra pass.
Oh, deflected. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Inside. Here's Spencer. McDaniels covering. Here's Butler. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
A big night for Butler. We've seen him as the guy on a finals team, and Jimmy can definitely carry your offense.
Another one falls. Amazing. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Here's Spencer. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd's loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans.
Their play is ridiculous.
What it's capable of.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
And then on the turnover at the coordinator positions, you know, year in and year out, you talk about Kelly Moe, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators. Howie's done a great job drafting. You talk about Cooper DeJean, but Quinyon Mitchell as well, who was a phenomenal rookie corner. Jalen Carter and Cole in the trenches. You know, they won the trenches last year. And so you got the best offensive line week in and week out. Like, that's how you
Great win tonight,
MP. I think we'll see a lot of teams trying to copy the style.
A lot of Italians over there. He brings in Vic Fangio to be a DC. Remember Vic Fangio first.
Yeah, because, I mean, offensive side, it's going to be 4-0 season, 4 years. But then on the defensive side, like, their offense was fine last, like, 2 years ago. When that whole thing happened, when the late season collapse happened, they had like a 28th ranked defense. And for him to bring in Vic Fangio, who was one of the greatest defense corners of all time, brings it in. It wasn't working out in Miami. Brings him in here to the culture difference here for the Eagles and the draft picks that they did in the secondary. Turned the defense around and really led them to the Super Bowl.
They paid this guy early. It's like they're doing everything right. Somehow Philadelphia is making it away. Finish the entire thing. Weird. Congrats, Philly. I didn't Philly. Congrats, Philly. Shane Gillis right now is telling us to shut the fuck up. I won't hear now. Go Birds. You know, a lot of Johns over there excited about this Sirianni extension. Good news. I am hearing Sirianni is currently having a live press conference. Let's go over to that. I believe he's taking a stand. Oh, he's already on stand. Okay, he's addressing the media.
First and foremost, I'd like to just say, thank you to everybody who showed up today. A lot of people are saying things about how, in the past, I may not have been the best coach. A lot of people called me a big dumb dipshit for the entire season. This guy doesn't know how to coach. This guy's a moron. He talks like a moron. His expressions and the way he talks about the team, he's a fucking moron. Well, I also happen to be the best fucking coach in the NFL. So, everyone wants to kind of, throw the flowers on me and heap praise. Listen, I know we got a lot of coaches in this league who couldn't teach a dog to sit down. I can't do that because I am the best. I'm the best coach in Eagles history. I have no problem saying that. Sorry, Andy Reid. I beat your ass in a Super Bowl. And listen, this isn't going to be a really long, drawn-out thing. It was a multi-year extension. I told Jeff and Howie right away, I said, listen, I'm thinking 10 years, 250 mils. So it's up to you. I don't want to get into my finances. I'm not going to get into my business. Let's just say that we win another Super Bowl. I don't know, maybe Coach Sirianni goes to the highest bidder. So we'll see. It's one of those things where you prove time and time again you are the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. Shout out Bret Hart. That you're going to keep winning. That's what I do. I will end this day not going to take any questions because the proof's in the pudding. I might go buy a new luxury vehicle or something like that. I have no idea what we'll do with all this money. Maybe wipe my ass with a couple hundreds. For anyone at any point in this last year before that, said I was a big dumb shit or question my integrity, my coaching abilities. Matter of fact, this is going to go out to everybody, but we're going to start as a personal invitation from down. Later today, I'm probably going to go down either via Gio's or Pat's. I'm gonna go to the bank and I'm gonna get let's say I'm gonna get we get $10,000 in cash out. And if you'd like to come down and eat some dog shit off the ground, I will personally give you $100. That goes for anyone else who has said anything that once again, go Birds. I'm the best coach in the NFL. It's great to be Philly, baby. Here come the dogs.
Okay, so obviously he's pretty proud of himself, as he should. But the fact that we're able to just get the field.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Just very clean. Yeah. It's not like you had more people telling him what to say. Did I see that?
No, he was listening to cadences in his ears. Yeah, exactly.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, as Amanda might have a little bit more information on what we just heard from that press conference. Senior NFL insider for
we know NFL team ready to play.
Sorry, I saw fans sprint. Thanks for shouting her out. The senior press conference, I know we're probably the only one that got it. Did you hear anything that kind of stuck out to you about this extension that Philadelphia Eagles just gave to Coach Sirianni there, Rap Sheet?
I mean, there was a lot there. I'll tell you what about Coach Sirianni. He is his own man. Some of that trash talking, you don't hear a lot of coaches do that. You don't hear a lot of do that.
That's the same thing as the Stars. I think we got a little bit of a coach, you know, for senior John and
I just, but the TV is the main thing. I just, by the way, great platform to have that from the industry. I love it. What? But then,
the toxic table now is what you're saying. What's the same like the toxic table they're talking about? He's well on his ears are just like they've got weird ears.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're good.
Anyway, Coach Sirianni, the extension can be known as was coming. I certainly should have expected it after he
greetings and best and taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Julius Randle.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league are kind of figuring him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Randall out there with Gobert, and it's Prez in at the 1. And for Atlanta, the pairing up front, Johnson and Capella. Karis LeVert is out there with Young, and it's Reza Shea in at the 3. Something we talked about not too long ago was MP's mission to be the best of his rookie class, really trying to distinguish himself.
Well, to his credit, MP has impressed with his play and lived up to that goal. Seems determined to prove he's on another level. So far, the proof has been pretty plain to see.
And what a matchup we have here in the front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Here's LeVert. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards.
What's happening right now?
That's his first foul.
What the fuck are y'all doing? All right.
Here's Johnson.
We're out here trading.
Takes the 3. That's good. And it's Johnson.
I can't believe we traded Michael Cohn.
Karis LeVert has worked diligently to make his three-point shot.
That did not make our team better now.
Here's Prez.
No way. You put him in there when I was trying to drive you, dude.
With a quick start to this game. This, their first chance to take a look.
This motherfucker ain't gonna miss.
And the Timberwolves with possession. A fantastic stretch this group has strung together. 8 wins and counting.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams
this girl should be easy to get little
strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really interested to see how this plays out.
And that one, good.
An outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So, lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now Prez, after the missed three from
Hit
Trae
it.
Young.
You wide open, dude.
And it's off from three-point range. Johnson outside.
He was sticking that other dude.
A three ball. Minnesota with the rebound. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Prez passes.
Forgot about Dre.
Here's Randall. And
damn, man, what's going on, Julia?
DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size.
They ain't giving you five, motherfucker.
And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
That one misses.
Guys, what you love about Julius Randle
Ooh, I thought I was going to pass it out and snatch that.
because he works so hard on his shooting ability, it makes his dribble drive that much more dangerous.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
A brief moment here to recognize a player that's really been getting it done. He's earned the Player of the Week in the Western Conference.
He's really been on his A game lately. You know, the way their offense is set up, it really relies on his ability. He sets the tone each time down the floor, and he's been a lot of fun to watch. Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude.
This mother.
Even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here's Prez, following the basket by Trae Young. Here's Prez, and no good. Trying to use the...
He's not going up. Like, I hit the button to do the shot, and it fucking kept.
Shoots the three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Oh my God.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just a great ball movement.
Now here's Prez, defended by Young.
He's not shooting. God damn.
Man off his feet and drive right around.
The Hawks leading by 7. Pass to Young. Now Capella. Back to Young. Three-pointer.
Ain't no way.
Against Randall. Johnson from outside. They get it back.
Yo.
For three.
Yo. How many motherfucking... Oh my God.
Off the assist from Young. 9 points for Paris.
What the fuck?
How about he has yet to miss 4-4.
And so Chris
So I try to get the motherfucker to get a big man, and out here fucking trading for a fucking small.
Small forwards who have been dominant this season offensively. Third is Zachary Rizashek.
A lot of the NBA's most explosive players man that small forward position, and you're looking at a pretty good collection of them right there.
Well, that's putting it mildly. The offensive firepower they're packing is superb, and their talent runs the gamut. They can hurt you inside, long range, anywhere in between. They're all just too tough to stop.
Shot clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Trains the three-pointer.
Boy, what a good-looking stroke. Ready on the catch, Anthony Edwards. That jumper is nice.
Young with no one around. Hits it from three-point range. 10 points for him.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Now here's Prez, defended by Young. Randall with a screen for Prez. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be
this motherfucker out, bro.
And nearing the midway point indoors, we're always seeing some shifts in the landscape of competition.
That, to me, Kevin, is what makes things both interesting and exciting. There's an intrigue to, are some of the young players in the league pushing the established stars? How deeply into the careers of the great players are we? And are we looking at the end of what has been
No fucking way.
It's always incredible to watch.
God damn, they won't let me get nothing.
Anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Here's Prez. Back to Randall. Pass to Prez.
Why is he having trouble with this motherfucker? I don't get it. He is not defensively good.
The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Young from outside. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Perez gets to Randall. Randall with a screen for Prez. He's called in by Clint Capella.
Why is he not in better positions?
Pass to LeVert. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And then Johnson with the dunk.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
They've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. One person here tonight, often not seen, but definitely heard. Music producer and my guy, London Tramp.
A staple in the Atlanta hip-hop scene. A number of rappers have called him the best producer in the business. That's high praise considering the competition.
And here's Young, following the 3 from Prez. Back to Young. There's the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
Well, they came into that game looking to be physical, looking to control the boards, and they succeeded.
That control of the boards, I felt, fed their offense. There were a ton of second chances.
21, 27, man. Why is the game not making you cut after doing that?
They get a hand on it. It's Edwards on the wing. From deep. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
Pass to LeVert. On the wing, man. McDaniels defending. On the outside. Pocket 6. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 6. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core. Their defense has been non-existent.
Here's Johnson following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Back to Young. It's up a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Prez. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. McDaniels kicks to Prez. Out to Edwards. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Prez. Right past the arc. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And already they've taken out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt. And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Prez in the last matchup against the Warriors was outstanding. He ended up with 62 points and, as usual, controlled the glass. That stat line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
And David in stretches, he was absolutely down. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
Well, this team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his
How in the fuck did that just happen?
After the miss from Prez.
Oh my fucking god, dude, that's so dumb.
Minnesota with the rebound.
Here, ball.
Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And here is McDaniel. Handle the screen on Young. Back to McDaniel. Now here's Prez, defended by Young. Here's Prez. The bounds. Atlanta takes possession.
You today.
Remarkable. He's averaging 51 points.
It's gonna be fucked up when we beat the fuck out of him.
All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense that the confidence is building game by game,
Yeah.
and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Okongwu comes in for Clint Capella. And it's Reza Shea in for LeVert. The Hawks making a switch here. Nance is checked in.
Man, fuck him, man.
He's checked in for the
Man, look at that motherfucker.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding
All the
night.
love in this game. I hear you. Oh, was that? I literally have to fucking hit the fucking shot in it.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Fuck this. Fuck it, man. I didn't stay at Oklahoma 2 years, man. I ain't stay one.
To the middle.
Oh my god, dude. Y'all could get rid of him. Give me a young, fast person.
It hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now, here is Young. He had 28 points in the win against Memphis. Alexander Walker on the wing. Ingles dishes to Prez. Ingles passes to Prez. Ingles with a screen on Young. Here's Prez. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Prez has got 19 points.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
And here's Young. He's got 23. This one for 3. That shot off. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks.
Bro, they're saying he's Josh Allen. Get the fuck out of here.
Three-point shooting has paved the way for him. We'll return shortly.
I wish we had Jennings on our team. I wish we'd have done whatever we had to do to get Jennings.
And hope you've enjoyed the
I would love to
broadcast
have Jennings on our
half
team.
in this one. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hawks.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
Okongwu is out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then there's Reza Shea. And it's Krejci in at the point. So that's the Hawks 5. Here's Alexander Walker. Scoreless thus far. Hands it from downtown.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Krejci. Okongwu a screen. Driving inside. And the layup's good off the glass. Krejci's got his first bucket of the night.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Takes a 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
Brings it again. Rebound, Minnesota.
let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from three.
Here's Ricochet. That three off the mark. Here's Minnesota. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run goal. Hawks trailing. Now, man, he's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis. And the foul called on Perez. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Minnesota. Randall's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's McDaniels in for Edwards. Ricochet with it. He had 34 points in the win against Memphis.
Got to get out on that if you're the defense. This rookie Ricochet can really do damage from the perimeter.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, in a year with no consensus #1 overall pick, Zachary Ricochet out of France, maybe not a surefire star, but certainly a player with a lot of talent, a 3-and-D prospect with the prototype length and size. The Hawks saw him as a plug-and-play addition to their roster. He should be making an instant impact, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Mans with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 4. To the paint. Here's Randall. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Yeah, Julius Randle making the right read in the pick and roll. Excellent IQ.
Krejci passes to Nance. Here's Okongwu. Here's Krejci. Here's Ricochet. Those 3 pointers off the mark. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Down low. Prez with the bucket. 27 points for Prez. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And the foul called on Prez. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
It's close, but, you know.
With a completely new group on the floor. Some changes for Minnesota. Mr. Gobert. Now here's Prez. He's got 27. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor. Has that long reach. Capella there with the...
Why you gonna let me do it like that and then fucking make my shit like that? Because it could have been a dunk. It's like, y'all choose which one is going to be. How was this motherfucker on the court?
He has finally come back to earth.
Gobert with a screen for Prez. Hits the 3-point bomb. And now a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
3 triples for him this quarter. 4 overall.
After Ricochet. Back to Young. 1:29 left in the first half of basketball. And good that time.
And this game belongs to Young right now. And he is simply making everything.
Gobert the screen. It's Prez. And finished off by Prez.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Young drives in. It's Levert on the wing. Edwards defending. It's hauled in by Edwards. Timberwolves leading by 6. Ingles finds Edwards. Now here's Prez. Defended by Young. Back to Edwards. Pass to Prez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires away from way outside. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers. And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Prez, no good. Now, Reza Shea. It'll count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta.
I turn around and I just see this massive.
Welcome. The Celtics feeling it right now. Porzingis causes matchup problems on the offensive end. He's 7'3". He can hit the...
And focusing back in on the Hawks. They're in a tight one.
They're letting that team fire away from deep, and it's not doing them any favors.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the 3rd quarter.
Swallow it too. Are we water?
Yeah.
Like
and after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Prez in this game, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look.
Oh, my goodness! What a play!
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been balanced in the first round. 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Here's Reza Shea.
Jaden McDaniels is long, folks, and he can put a lot of pressure on with his ability to maneuver around that basketball floor.
And here is Prez. McDaniels kicks to Prez. Lets the free fly. Rebound by the Hawks. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that's the 3rd of 4 straight played at home. Here's LeVert. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Baskets like this demonstrate who Harris LeVert is. This guy is a fighter.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
72% at the line this season. He has yet to set himself apart in that department.
It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Capella with a screen on McDaniel. Here's Reza Shea. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain. At the wing position, Reza Shea has pretty much everything you're looking for, right? Length, mobility, three-point shooting. And add to that, he has a great feel for the game.
It's Prez. Lays it up off the glass. Prez has got 6 here in this quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Pass LeVert. Here's Young from the arc. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 3 assists in the game. Minnesota in the lead. Prez with the ball. He has 38 in the game. Outside Edwards. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 5 on the clock. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
That is right in Gobert's window. Make it easy.
I don't pressure washing on my pool. See all this news to this thing?
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's LeVert. He's got 12. The kick out to Young. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Now here's Prez. For 3, Edwards. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game. Heading it down. Young dishes to Capella. Pass to LeVert. McDaniels against Young. Capella sets a screen for Ricochet. And it's in there. Ricochet's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, Ricochet has decent size, and he uses it well at times to put points on the board.
Here's Prez. Lays it up and banks it in.
They are trying to close this out strong, and he's the man who's put you in this position.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Now, here is Young. He's guarded closer. And he drives in. Gobert with the block.
One of the best to do it. Gobert adds another block to that career total.
And finished off by McDaniels.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Floats it up for Randall.
Oh.
Bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at
Shout to that. That was sick.
In the NBA.
And with the names on that
They were
list,
getting a
we're going
bucket.
to have a crazy competition this year.
They're going to let that just block me and shit.
Sitting at the top of the heap, looks like he'll be planning on an appearance at the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised with his athleticism. This guy has got no doubt about it. The hops are incredible. So we'll just have to see what sort of
I can't get out of
he
there.
can apply.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Guess what? You're not going to back up and say, yeah, exactly. He's going to fly to his wife. I guess I'll fuck around. Let's go to the house next door. I guarantee it.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
Count that one. Prez has got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And here's Young from the arc. It's good from long range. Young's got 34 points.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Prez with the bucket.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Young from outside. And no good that time.
And they continue to control the glass.
Prez passes to Randall. And here is Prez, defended by Young. Here's Prez. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
This guy doesn't mind absorbing contact at all if it means a trip to the free throw line. Karis LeVert will find his points any way you want.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Minnesota.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
Mans checked in for the Hawks. The Timberwolves also with the subs. Clark's checked in. Now Prez. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Good on the triple.
Right now that I'm like, hey, Bob, like what you're doing. I think he's making an album.
It looks like he's making an album, and then for the phone cover, I believe his wife made one that you put lipstick in, and that was the inspiration.
Okay, so good play out of the Beavers. Once again,
he scored up from downtown in the first half. Now hits this one. Dangerous shooter, guys.
Johnson outside. The Hawks looking the ball around. Johnson with a screen on Clark. Man gets the bucket.
And now 4-9. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Friday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets.
You know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunks.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Here's Krejci. Inside. Ball's not loose. Man with it. 5 points in the game. Krejci, no good.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Pass to McDaniels. Launches it. Atlanta with the rebound. Gabella's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Man. From down in the low post. It goes. Man.
Then they can obviously score.
He's got 5 points in the quarter. Timberwolves leading by 7. Now, Alexander Walker. No scoring in this one. There's the pick. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Here's Prez. The Timberwolves again can hit. After gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. And the basket by Pg.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind it out there.
Next to Man. Mance outside. Now here's Johnson. Here's Man. Off target with his 3. Minnesota's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. O'Connor's checked in for the Hawks. The Hawks trail by 5. And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the Stars are doing. And those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order to have a quality basketball team.
Prez passes to Alexander Walker. Pass to Prez. 6 to shoot.
special sports. So, yeah, that has to be unexpected.
And here is McDaniel. He's got 7. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Yeah, McDaniel's really
I can't even sit a fucking pitch.
that jump shot.
Here's Krejci. Okongwu trying to break free. Krejci, no good.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Oh my God! They wouldn't even let us do.
The first one falls.
The reputation for Jaden McDaniels is he's a lockdown defender, and that's cross-positionally. Now he needs to continue to develop offensively.
And the Hawks making a change here. Buffkin's checked in.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them. And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score.
Now here's Fred. Non-stop scoring machine here. Clark for 3. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks trail by 10. Krejci passes to man. Hawks passing it around. Pass to Buffkin. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And the Hawks making a change here. Niang's checked in. Gillingham's checked in for Minnesota. Timberwolves leading by 8. Prez with the ball. Inside. Comes to Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker on the wing. McDaniels in the post. Nance on him. Prez, no good. The Hawks shooting reasonably well, 45%. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. The shot by Okongwu, no good. Minnesota shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that edge. Pass to Nance. The 3. Reed with the rebound. Going away. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We come back right after this.
Which one is that?
He just won the national championship a couple times.
The one that came on?
Well, Chris is the little brother.
Yeah, little Kavanaugh. Patty is the one that sat there.
Yeah, Patty. Yes, Patty Kavanaugh.
One who was straight from the cannons.
Yes, away from the cannons to his brother Kavanaugh, old Kavanaugh.
And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Hawks trail by 8. So with Johnson on the bench. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Niang out there with Okongwu. Then it's Terrence Mann. And it's Krejci in at the small forward position. Now Prez. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
They've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Here's Buffkin. Shoots up a 3. Rebound,
Native Canadians and the Native Americans are going to have their own team, right? In that,
they're applying to have one. Hopefully, they let them have one in the Olympics. I mean,
they'll win. Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Exactly. Yeah, hopefully.
From what I've been told, the Native team would win because this is their style of lacrosse. Like this is actually the lacrosse. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The creators game, and then College had their quarterfinals this week in the Final Four set for Foxborough. Notre Dame lost. Penn State. Penn State actually basically had one of the largest comebacks, you could argue, ever in the history of lacrosse. Matty Traynor went bananas in the second half. It was 12-6. Penn State came all the way back, won 14-12. This goal here from Matt Traynor is ridiculous, just right down the alley. How you doing? Goal, tie game. And that was basically all she wrote for Notre Dame. And then the other teams, they are moving on to play Cornell. And Cornell's the 1 seed. And then on the other...
Oh, it feels like we just took a trip back to 2002.
Yeah.
The quality of that video there looks like the old Rough Riders Anthem music video.
They've led by as much as 10.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
Edwards finds Prez. Drops in the layup for 2. Prez has got 53.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Ashton Yang. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Here's Buffkin. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Buffkin's got 6 points in the quarter.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And here is Prez. Pass to Edwards. And it's Prez, top of the key. Shot clock at 5. Angle right side. The rebound by Niang. The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Buffkin. Screen by Niang. Buffkin, no good. The Timberwolves shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Here's Prez. Buries it from 3-point range. Prez has got 56 points in the game.
Boy, what else is new? This guy's accuracy this quarter has been phenomenal.
Here's Buffkin. And that one is hammered home.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that jump.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Reed with the block.
Boy, give Nas Reed's credit. He perfectly timed that block. Wow.
Now here's Prez. Pass to Edwards, and looks like the illegal kick.
Man, come on, dude. Every fucking time.
And that's after no turnovers in the first half.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gobert's check.
Hey, you gotta come over, dude. I'm getting screened. I'm working around it, but damn.
Prez kicks to Edwards. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. He gets that one.
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
It's stolen by Prez. And now the fast break. Prez with the ball. And he comes up with the deuce. And now a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the
Man, why did he go so far?
Down low, here's man. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of
Man, pass me the ball once.
Pass to Buffkin. The Hawks working the ball around. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Yeah.
I assume if they're all SEC teams, it's a team bring on the bench, really make short term. D1 and really try to make a run at this thing. They technically both helps.
No good on the free throw.
Well, free throw shooting is a constant cause of concern for them, and today that concern has been front and center.
So kids in Ohio who start thinking, oh, okay, Ohio State, maybe I'm not big enough to play football and those kinds of things. Can't skate, play hockey, I can run, not big enough for football. But for us, it's a great sport for that age. And I think the more people like.
And the second free throw, good.
Moving into the Midwest. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, AJ. These kids see it too. These young kids see all the clips. They see all this stuff. All my kids put across. They see all these guys, all these highlights. And yeah, I think it'd be good. Game, no question. But getting back to the Penn State thing quick, I played with a guy, Ravel Martin. He was a receiver in Green Bay with me. His daughter just transferred from Florida to Penn State for volleyball. She's like one of the best players in the country, and they just got it.
Yeah, that's every sport. That is basically the messaging I got is, if it's sports, we want to win. It's like, all right, what do you mean? All of them. It's what we're trying to do. And they're not the only ones. Like Ohio State, obviously, is in Michigan, the same.
Timberwolves leading by 6.
SEC coaches and SEC football people are like,
Rez with the ball. To Randall. Launches a 3. Johnson with the rebound.
Holy shit, no.
6 rebounds in the game. Knocked away. It's stolen by Prez. Here's Alexander Walker. Out to Edwards. Here's Prez. 6 on the shot clock. Edwards looking it over. They get it back. Outside for Randall. And the 3 ball is good. Randall's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Pass to Levert. Now, Niang. Now, Levert. There's the triple. Atlanta again missing.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Alexander Walker finds Prez.
Oh, come on.
And here's Young. Pass to Levert. Back to Young. Takes it inside. That's good. And it's Levert with the assist. Levert's got 4 assists in the game.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young's good at probing inside and finding some space.
The offensive rebound. Here's Alexander Walker. Randall from outside. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Building confidence in that deep ball. 1 from distance in the first, 2 in the second.
Young for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert with a screen on Young. Fred. Outside Edwards. For the 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Young outside. To the middle. Here's Capella. Nails the baby hook.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the bench.
Here's Prez. It's to Alexander Walker. Now here's Prez. And got it! Another basket. That's 62 points.
99,
Brings
bitch.
it up for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a 10-point game. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He knows every possession is critical now. He's a share. He's checked in for...
It's like we're in the middle of full chaos, but the sports are better than they've ever been. So it's hard to really complain.
And like you said, like teams who have this kind of like bottomless pit, like Penn State and Ohio State and Michigan, and like some of the teams like that, like there are no rules right now. Still, like we thought a ruling was coming, so it's like they have a chance here until this thing gets finalized, where it's like, hey, we could spend like $100 million on our football team and no one can do it.
There's less rolls down than there's ever been.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's more money in some of these places than there's ever been.
Title window.
Yeah, like Oregon.
Oh,
yeah. If you're Oregon, you got so close. You had one of your best seasons. You lose in the first round after the bye. It's like, okay, so we're going to triple down. Why would we not?
Yeah, Uncle Phil is not going to back off.
Exactly.
You know, I would like to see the Ducks in their fresh uniforms in the national championship.
Yeah, someone who might be good for it. You're saying like it's a young man's game, like to figure it out. Like you think someone who was a former, like a J.C. Treader, like someone who was a president of the NFLPA, like Ivy League, played football, like someone like that retires.
Now he or she, whoever takes that job, is going to have to get paid well too.
Yeah,
because they're going to be given. I don't know how he fits it, brother.
There's a look.
Yeah, Eric Winston, I know he ran the PA for a while too. Get him involved.
Yeah.
I don't know if Andrew Luck's ever done any business. I guess he's doing it now. Stanford. But it's like you need business people in there. Like who are young business people that are good that understand the sports landscape?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like your first gig.
Jason Wright.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
He might be the guy.
Should have been.
Former Washington football team president. Former
coming from like the
George Meehan. McDaniels is checked in for the Timberwolves. And now it's time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. And he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense. And on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys.
Okay, David, thanks. And that rejection had some mustard on huge play.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Driving to the basket.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Young for three. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Prez passes to McDaniels. Pass to Prez. From the arc. And it's hauled in by Clint Capella. The Hawks trail by 12. Young looking it over. Over Prez. Shots good from Young. Young's got 38 points.
And I like the resourcefulness Young brings to the table, taking any shot he can create.
Gets to the hoop. Prez with the bucket.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Young. Here's Prez. And finish off by Prez.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
On its way from Young for two. Rebound, Minnesota.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Here's Prez. Hits it again. Wow.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Like a fierce two-hander. It's stolen by Prez. Pass to Edwards. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. The Hawks trail by 14. Here's Young. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Young's got 42 in the game. Here's Prez. to Randall. Now here's Prez. Reverse defending. Randall with a screen for Prez. 5 to shoot. And good! There's another.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. And here's Young on the arc.
Hey, no what?
Randall's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Over in the corner, McDaniels. To the paint. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Timberwolves.
This has got to feel good. I mean, they never counted themselves out when they were down earlier. And they not only nestled their way back into the game, but wow, they're in a position, shockingly, to win this one easily.
It's all about the will to win. You have to admire the perseverance, never doubting one another, having that trust in your coaches. And I really like what we've seen here tonight. Boy, did they earn it.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the...
And they scored a layup, and then she pulls up from logo, from where the 22 is basically on the Iowa court. Cash, she has surpassed everybody in the amount of time that she has played in the WNBA. She fills up every arena in every town that she goes to. Teams have to go to bigger arenas so that they can try to profit off the Caitlin Clark train coming to town. Those 20-point
and we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Prez.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Johnson kicks to Levert.
And then Caitlin Clark, 41 games played. She already has 9. And it's just like, it was very obvious whenever she was in college that she was different. You know?
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here.
Exciting than everybody else, but she also was an incredible passer and a disher in the way she went about her business. It was like, oh, this girl is different. This woman is different. And she took the show to Iowa for the women's basketball bracket March Madness to showcase what she was known as before office. Ty is from Iowa. Then she gets drafted to the FIFA.
I gotta get up early tomorrow to wait in line for some barbecue. No overtime. Okay.
Obviously, last year.
MP, keep taking them to church, my guy.
Okay, they still don't. There's a lot of people that still think there's a lot of other. She is the one. Okay, and I don't know. This is not everybody. Whatever we say, and then obviously it becomes a whole thing because we're a bunch of narcissists and things like that. But like, this is the golden goose. This is the one. This is the generational, multi-generational player. You want to be lucky that she's in Indianapolis, and she won fucking ham in the opener against the Chicago Sky. And here's a little scene, you know, because Angel Reese comes out same class, Caitlin Clark comes out same class. A lot of people saying obviously Angel Reese is a massive part of this women's basketball rebirth, which I agree. She's certainly a part of the entire story and everything else happening. But there was above in the game where Angel Reese has a little double push off on an offensive board. Obviously she's great at getting rebounds, incredible underneath. Caitlin Clark says, what the hell is that? Caitlin Clark says, what the hell is that to the ref? And then she says, and most basketball people said, that's a take foul. Instead of a layup, we're going to make it earn it. I think Angel would miss one more of those free throws instead of getting a wide open layup and that entire thing. Angel was pissed off. I was flagrant afterwards. Everybody said, it was a take foul, it was a take foul. But it's very convenient how most of the internet, not all of the most of the internet though, clipped out Angel Reese pushing the Fever Girl in the back. Caitlin pointing at the ref, like, what are we talking about here? We're not calling that. It was a penalty. It's going to right here. And Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese. And it both one saw on the internet about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Ultimately, I think the buzz is good for the WNBA as a whole. I know it's probably not fun to be a part of if you're Caitlin or Angel Reese or anybody else. But in the end, The Indiana Fever win by 100, and Angel Reese and Jalen Clark have started their second season in the WNBA, and Jalen Clark is on track to be the greatest of all time.
Yeah, and I believe she's already top 2 triple-doubles ministry. That's all I got. Like, there's no word argument. Like, I don't understand.
Is on track to be the greatest of all time.
Yeah, and I believe she's already top 2 triple-doubles ministry. That's all I got. Like, there's no word argument. Like, I don't understand. Like, people can yell at her face, like, the proof's in the pudding. We've seen all this stuff. And you say, like, it is good for the sport at large, but I think a lot of people get turned on. Like, it just always goes into the race thing. Like, every single time, no matter what, that is always the discussion. And then they squash it right afterwards. It's like, no, not really. That's kind of just basketball. Like, in every league, there's going to be, like, adversaries. Like, you know, Angel Reese is the foil for Kate Clark and vice versa. Like, they don't have to get along. They don't have to like each other. They're competitors. Like, that. This kind of shit happens, but every single time something like this happens, and we have to go right back to yeah, exactly, and it doesn't get moved at all. So like, we're not talking about the game, we're talking about that play, and that's it, you know. And then we get the stats about her and her 20 points and 10 assist games and triple doubles and all that. The discussion always comes back to this, and I think that's why a lot of people are just kind of fed up.
Well, just know if you watch Caitlin Clark game, and I'm not saying that I watch any of the other teams play. So I'm just going to talk about Caitlin Clark. The Las Vegas Aces, great. New York Liberty, great team. Whenever I see the Fever play, I'm like, these are great teams. Los Angeles, I think they're going to kill some home out there. I think they're going to be great. There's a lot of great teams. I was talking about watching Caitlin Clark play. She will pull that shit up. She will shake, sidestep, step back, not scared. And then she'll do no-look pass, full court passes. I mean, her teammates have equals to her passes. Like, I think I've never really seen her go. She's great for the sport. She's great for the game. And as a daughter, Mackenzie, you know, it's like great that she's in our city. In Indianapolis, you know, like right here in HSC, and that's basically who's filling up all these arenas. Obviously, there's a lot of adult people who are fans and go into it. But you've got a lot of little girls that are coming out watching that hero. Yeah. And she's selling out every arena. It's great for the sport.
Yeah, she's the most popular women's athlete right now. I think, and obviously her game speaks for her. Like, it's just different stuff. I've been watching youth basketball since back in 2004. You just have never seen. You've seen dominant players. You've seen Bree Stewart come in for championships, Maya Moore, being a major before my time. But just her style of play, shooting deep threes, the passing that she had, like, she's probably the best.
This is a lot of hurricane bomb. Defenders when they win. But this is a lot of hurricane.
That shit with her Angel, like, that's basketball. Have you seen it? Like, you see a hard foul, guy gets some talk shit, and Angel overreact, probably a hard foul, it is what it is. They squash it at the game.
Let's keep this winning streak going.
It's never so quite likes that part of it. Every side of that. You should be worth watching. It's 26 years now for the league in general. So I think that we got daughters in here. So where this league will be, where women's basketball will be 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, I think it's been a much better spot because all the talent and what we're seeing now. Like basically
watching Caitlin, she's yeah, it's like press conferences. She's here. Steve Ralston's here. Yeah. Plus, much on the ball. She's not there. It's like,
I watched her like she was like she would talk like this shit younger, like she was like she's that part represented. But that was her taking the same way. That mannerism, how she played like that, like Taurasi. So that's her opponent on the court. That's the part like she's like coach. Yeah, especially with she's coming from that club. So
Season's greetings and Merry Christmas to everyone joining us here at 2K Sports. It's time for a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sidelines, we've got Allie LaForce. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Julius Randle.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Prez in at point. And for Dallas, Derek Lively is out there with Davis. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Dante Exum. And it's Marshall in at the 3. Well, Grant, there's a lot to love about Christmas Day, not the least of which are the great NBA matchups we always get.
Oh, B.A., we've seen some Christmas classics over the years, haven't we? Something about playing on this holiday brings out the best in players and teams.
Maroon.
Here's Prez. Pass to McDaniels. 6 to shoot. Picked by Gobert. Shoots. And it falls all over the rim and in.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got a lot.
You know, point guard after point guard every game is a good player.
Here's Marshall. Irving for 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
Oh, this Kyrie. Kyrie playing, man. 91, 92, oh, 90, and I'm by my 70 fucking 6.
Now here's McDaniels. He's closely guarded. Here's Prez.
Bullshit, that was that early.
3-on-3. Here's Exum. That one falls.
No way, Exum's out here.
Yeah, the complete package is
this is gonna be an ugly game too.
And found the open man.
Here's Prez. Had a career game his last
good
time out.
Fucking screen kick, hole. Me here.
Picked by Gobert. Here's Prez.
Get a rebound, again.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Irving, no good.
All right, give me the ball. Give me the ball. I'll let you do a play up.
Will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Prez. For 3, Randall nails it from beyond the arc.
No hesitation from the big man, Randall. I mean, this is how confident of a...
I don't know where he's wearing red in there. His Panthers color. That's Panthers.
The little maple leaf. I mean, I think he just needs to change his outfit. He needs to change his outfit. He never, I mean, it felt like every time.
Shooter he is.
Outside Davis. Back to Irving. Lets it go from deep. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Prez. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
Yeah, shake your head, shake your head. There's a replay that I get as well. Huh? Merry motherfucking Christmas. Here's some gifts. I'll be giving them out all day though. I know we're playing Christmas Day. No way.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And Stan, after they traded for Rudy Gobert, it took some time for the Wolves to gel.
It did, Brian. He's a unique player, and it's a process. But obviously, a 14-win improvement last season. They have found their identity as a defensive juggernaut.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
From 13, good. He hits the jumper. Irving.
I didn't mean to go that way.
Talk about guards. Kyrie is one of the best at scoring inside.
Here's Prez. He's guarded by Irving. And it's Prez.
Oh, man. Wow, y'all respect. You think University missed that? That's crazy.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. I asked
That's crazy. I would try to pick him up and then like, oh, man.
Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against Link. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried.
I better not miss that shit.
Allie, thank you.
I got moves. He thinks he's the best.
And no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup
Nope.
like that.
Nope.
Well,
Come on, Kyrie. Come on. Come on.
That's a shot they want him taking.
Here's Prez.
Oh, missed it. Oh, got a rebound. Oh, he got that. He got that. He got it. Yo, Rudy got that. Good try, Rudy.
Latest power rankings. We're still in December, but we are starting to see things take shape in the NBA. You look at Dallas, no movement for them.
Yeah, man, I think that's better
top
between.
10 spot.
You know, right now for the Timberwolves, they've really
And
exceeded
Kyrie
all
Evans, like,
expectations,
well,
showing
that's
they're
not too bad.
capable of so much more than some believed.
Exum outside. Outside Davis.
I mean, they have Dante something in your starting lineup and win it.
Yeah, Davis was just waiting for the ball, and once he gets it, it's all over.
There's the drive. Count that bucket. He's got 10.
And he's carried them this quarter, a dominant offensive stretch.
Ooh, I tried. Oh, don't get that.
He nails it, and we're tied.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Here's Prez. He's got 10.
Ooh. That's 2 already there. That's only 7 minutes in. You might be on the bench.
He's off on first. And the second free throw is good. The Mavericks have got 6 of 10 attempts to fall.
How many times did you have 120 times in the series?
It's blocked by Gobert.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert on the floor. He's got a few Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, he tracks it down.
That is incredible.
Oh, Randall put some extra on that slam, entertaining the fans and the broadcasters.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. Back to Irving.
Oh, shit.
For 3.
That was my fault. My fault.
Timberwolves. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in the
Oh,
game.
oh, what y'all do?
Randall, the pass to Prez. Randall, the screen on Irving. Back to Randall.
Yeah, there we go.
Here's Edwards.
Oh, my.
Slams it in.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards.
man.
Taking the contact, but staying committed.
And Lively, Merry Christmas. Gift.
And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for the Mavs. It's a 5-point game. Last time they came together was in Minneapolis, where they fell to the Timberwolves.
Oh, that's not happening. Don't even get that rebound. Oh, my God. Daniels does a good rebound here.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2
Get you a shot. Get you a shot. Take it. When they give it to you, you know. Go for it, go.
Pass to
Okay.
Prez. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Daniels.
There it is.
Takes the 3.
At the buzzer.
Connects from downtown.
Bang.
McDaniels got 5 points.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to
So
make
the point guard there.
Irving finds Davis. Exum with it.
Yeah.
That's a wild thing.
Looking to end the run. And the shot counts. He's fouled.
Stop this all good. Good try. Good D, good D.
Making a switch
Yeah, there we go.
Reed's checked in. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks. And that's what great offenses are all about.
And we've also got to talk about those threes dropping for them. We'll see if they can keep up the momentum for long range.
All right, I'm told we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, joining us now with the latest news. Shams, what's the update?
Thanks, guys. Today, the trade news is out of the Mile High City for the Nuggets. They've made an aggressive move to bring in Mitchell Robinson. He can protect the rim and he can get out on shooters. He just has so much energy on that side of the floor. It changes what you can do defensively, and that by itself can make all the difference.
Good stuff there, Shams. Thanks for keeping us informed.
Oh, come on, that's bullshit.
Mavericks trail by 8. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Greg.
Yeah, BA. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Here's Prez. 11 points in the game. And here's Edwards outside. Mavericks with the rebound. Davis has got 4 rebounds now. To the inside.
They their own button for the player.
Yeah, this is how powerful
Switch
Davis
players,
is. Awesome at capitalizing with the dunk.
Edwards looking it over. Throws it down, and the official.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was Irvin's third. Oh, he got so lucky.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there.
No, okay, Irvin's gonna get you.
Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for Edwards. Minnesota leading by 7. Here's Prez. He's got 14. And out of bounds.
It's more like a foul, man. My player didn't just go out of bounds.
On the best rebounding teams in the
That's why I gotta get a strength from, man.
Number 5, Timberwolves.
And over the last 10 games, this team has brought it to the glass. Everyone is getting involved and trying to help one another secure boards.
Christie's checked in for Dallas. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Clark has checked in for Julius Randle. The 3 from Washington. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 4 assists in the game. Minnesota has gone 4 of 7 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Prez. That's his 6th make in 11 tries.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Christie. He's averaging about 6 points per game. And Davis gets double-teamed. Pass to Christie. Hook loose. Shot clock at 6.
So I cut his minutes. He putting plays out there.
Clark, the pass to Prez. Now Alexander Walker. Now Clark. He's guarded by Washington. Out left to the wing. Outside, Alexander Walker. There's a screen. Off target with the 3.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
To the right side. Here's Washington. Rebound Minnesota. They've been playing excellent team basketball. 9 wins in a row.
Well, I think they've found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. The Mavericks trailing. Outside Davis. Pass to Christie. And there's 1:38 left in the first. Back to Thompson. Outside Davis. Gafford the screen. Second chance shot.
No! Well, come on.
Davis has got 6 points.
Well, he's 3 for 4 to start out. Right off the bat, you could sense he was dialed in. All business so far.
Here's Prez. Drops in the 3. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
The shots are so
the teammate run the mouth.
in the early stages.
Thompson outside.
Hit my flip.
The 3. Clark grabs the board.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Here's Prez.
Fuck, man. Supposed to take off the network.
Fires from deep. Can't get it to go. Shooting 7 for 13.
Let go of that after the hot was supposed to be the 51 by go up.
And here's Gafford. 26. Shoots from the line. Christie's shot is off.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Down low. Here's Prez. And count it. 8 of 14 now. He's rolling.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
Here's Davis. And the 10-footer finds the target. Give him 8.
You've got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And so it's Minnesota closing out the quarter with us.
And you made it this far, and you find a way to close upstairs.
And welcome back, one and all, for more NBA Christmas Day action. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
I mean, shit, I thought you had it.
We've got Nas Reed, Jaden McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Prez in at the point guard position. Irving, Minnesota with a rebound.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Ali.
Okay. There we go. Another little soft-ass layup, finally. Damn. What we need, man. Powerful.
That game jump off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Outstanding, thanks.
Ooh, he missed it.
Ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him.
Oh, we want to.
See if he can't replicate that performance.
Boy, they'd love if anyone.
Damn, I didn't mean to foul him. So just get a little rough on his feather a little bit, a little rub.
Checked in for Alexander Walker. Washington with the ball. 8 points in his last time out. Here's Irving. Oh, a special move before that shot. Irving's got 13 now.
Oh, great concentration from Irving. He's focused on the rim, not the contact. Love it.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Prez. McDaniels, a screen on Irving. Oh, there's the alley.
What?
It's stolen by Washington. And a fast break now.
Damn, I tried to throw that alley and it did that shit, bro.
And the dunk by Gafford.
Again, fucking turnover.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
Mavericks trail by 7. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Irving. A shot from the high post. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
He takes it in. Soft touch off the glass. And now a 9-point Minnesota lead.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the play.
Irving fires from way outside. And the three-pointer goes. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
Here's Prez. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
How many beers does it hold? 6?
I think 6 or 7.
Have you done 1 and 2
It's Edwards on the wing. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go.
That's a lot of beers. That's a lot of beers. I know you hockey guys drink. I also drink myself.
Got this, MP.
Big drinker. It's a lot of space. There's all the char.
Clark against Washington. Outside Davis. Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Randall pulls down the board. The Timberwolves lead by 13. On the wing, Alexander Walker. 55 seconds left in the second period. Lets it fly. Clark, no good. Dallas has gotten only 4 of 9 from beyond the arc here in the second. Davis getting it done in the paint.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
Randall on the screen. Outside, Alexander Walker. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the 3 to fall. Alexander Walker's got 5 points.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Davis a screen. Exum drills it from deep.
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
Davis against Randall. Pass to Prez. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Prez has got 9 points in the quarter.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And so that's the end of the first half. It's Minnesota. They lead by 13. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
So you want to shout at them for figuring it out and doing their thing. But it's
Pleased to have you tune in. What better way to start than by checking out the contenders for the dunk contest? Sitting up here and doing this show with you guys, I learn something new every day.
Man, you know what? It is pretty unreal they pay us to do this. Did I say that out loud?
Wait, you guys get paid?
Well, yeah, we wouldn't sit here and deal with you for free. And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Timberwolves.
Hey, these guys.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
You can't do that. Like, you would have had to probably at least drink.
Get some more assists.
Like, that can't be. I've seen someone do 18, so. He did.
I think it was a Baker's dozen. I don't think so. 18.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there were so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
Najee Marshall is out there with Davis. Then there's Derek Lively. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Exum in a 2-guard. That's Jason Kidd's 5 as we get into the second half. Pass to Prez. Back to Edwards.
Yeah, that's an easier one.
And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Here's Exum. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
And this will be a second trip to the free throw line. The Timberwolves lead by 8. Here's Prez. From downtown. Rebounded by Marshall. And a minute played as the second half gets going. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, this looks like
McDaniels picks one up.
Or take it off. Yeah, just don't have it. Be a cup.
These are his first free throws of the game.
They should have that sitting next to him. Yeah. They should have that sitting next to him. Yes, I know.
That free throw, no good.
Saw this one the other day. That's right. That's JDV. It's just. That's a
he
terrible
hits the second from the line. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Randall, a screen on Irving. Prez, the pass to Edwards. Elbow shot. That's good on the jumper. Edwards got 7 points in the game.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true 3-level scorer.
Instead, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his heiress, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
To the middle. Second chance effort. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis.
How did I miss that?
Cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
And that one's good.
Yeah, very hot start out of halftime. Making their first 3 shots, getting the looks that they want, and knocking them down.
Gobert with a screen on Irving. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from...
So they don't tell me, you're just not allowed to touch it. They told me that earlier in the day. I go, okay. And I just move along. Me and Booker T are talking.
To the paint. Here's Davis. AD doing what he does.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Pass to Edwards. There's the triple.
Oh, they probably missed that.
And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass, getting it done.
And yeah, Randall is absolutely a threat from in between. Something that D has to recognize and adjust accordingly.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. Taking a look at the Timberwolves, they've been outstanding thus far, claiming the top spot in their conference. And of course, there's Dallas.
Yeah, let me see if it's real or not for the people at home. Booker, remember they told me don't touch it. Yeah, I remember Terrence Crawford, he was really in on it. He was in on it. Yeah. I wanted to touch that thing. I was really worried about it. It's been a nonsense fight.
Anyone say anything?
Oh, yeah. The 2 handlers right now.
The true guns.
Yeah. They asked us to actually take
4 spots down from them.
Well, right now for the Mavericks, we'll see if they can up the ante down the stretch. They still have a lot of work to do in order to rise to the top.
Well, sometimes those teams that are on the edge can be the most dangerous.
You can't sit beside me. I can't take it.
Fires top.
Are you kidding?
And it's Irving missing.
And that's their first miss after
That's funny.
to start the half.
Here's Prez. He's guarded by Irving. Here's Edwards.
Yeah, that's what we do. Can't land this to the rim, bro.
Anthony Edwards.
Here's Irving. They're doing what they can do to mount a comeback.
NBA, they don't have to get it all back at once. Just focus on making every possession count. They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Right side McDaniels.
No, it's Julian.
The 3 is up. Drains the triple. Prez has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
Here's Marshall. Davis from long range. Prez grabs the board. Prez has got 4 rebounds now. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Mavericks are looking to contend. Coach Jason Kidd said, we're trying to build a championship team, and it's not easy. Dallas has not talked about that for a long time. So to talk about that, it's pretty cool. To be able to build it takes time. We have the personnel, we have the team. Brian, that's confidence.
Yep, and they're in win-now mode, Allie. Thank you. Irving looking around. Inside. Here's Lively.
So I know it's going to be a foul.
Line to shoot a pair. Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hardworking, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 13-5 run. Randall against Lively. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Derek Lively.
Inside, you have to try something to stop Randall. But he gets physical right back and draws a good shooting foul.
And he drops the first. One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian,
that's cool.
It's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up.
To the middle. Here's Irving. Lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
Always a good possession when you can get that kind of look.
Randall, a screen on Irving. Here's Prez. Outside Edwards. Oh, hits the outside fadeaway. Edwards has got 11 points.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Outside Davis. Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Pass to McDaniels. The 3 ball. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Yeah, that's a good sign for McDaniels. They need him to shoot with confidence.
Now here's Irving. Not a lot of room. Minnesota with a rebound.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Shannon. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Irving, the pass to Marshall. Back to Irving. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Shannon.
He had it flowing from long range in the first half. Not sure what changed.
Down low. Here's McDaniels. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Well, huge night from McDaniels. With the defense he brings you, the scoring is a massive plus.
Irving for 3. Sinks it from distance.
Wow.
Irving's got 25 points in the game.
And he was hot from 3 to start this game. That's his first since halftime.
Here's Prez. Pass to Shannon. It's McDaniels on the wing. Here's Prez.
Oh, come on.
Randall. And it's
The rebound, Julius.
An intense player on the boards. Love seeing Randall get after it and punish the opposition.
And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for the Mavs. Next on outside. To the inside. Second shot opportunity. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. To the middle. It's tipped.
Oh, shit.
On the run. Here's Gafford.
Can't get that. I just ran all the way up and down the floor.
Just a terrific look from Irving. He has the awareness to spot the wide open man.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Washington's checked in for Marshall. Let's see some of the numbers here for Dante Exum.
Effective field goal percentage is a great way to measure his performance over the previous 10 games.
Dante Exum has a resurgence in his career.
That his game has been evolving.
Randall on the screen.
Shit, can't get around.
Walker. Takes the three.
He's open.
The Mavericks pull it in. Gafford's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now here's Irving. Tight defense on him. And there it is for him. Irving's got 11 points in the quarter.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Here's Prez.
Oh, shit.
With the block. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. And Dallas making a change.
I tried to take off too early.
Checked in.
What happened right there?
Here's Prez. 37 points for him. Reed sets a screen. Here's Prez. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
Playing big, finally.
One of many things Reed contributes on the floor.
A big man playing small.
His ability to save plays by just being in the right place.
Last 2 games.
Exum outside.
No way, dude.
Davis a screen from downtown.
Good rebound.
Reed's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Prez, the pass to Reed.
Shoot. No, I don't know, really. He got here. Fucking hit.
For 3. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got 6 rebounds in the game.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going.
It
just hasn't been his quarter.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes.
Here's Prez. Sends it home from 3-point land. Prez has got 40 points.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Washington against Edwards. Fires the 3. And it's Washington missing.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Stolen by Gafford.
Oh, my gosh. I was trying to pass it to Reed on the K. He wouldn't let me.
1:41 left to play in the third quarter here. Pass to Exum. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Prez. He's guarded by Exum. Randall, the pass to Prez. Launches it. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist.
Better come up so I can drive by.
Points.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randall with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
And here's Exum. He's got 19. On the wing, Davis. Checked by Randall. Davis misses.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
To the paint.
Oh, man.
The pass to Reed.
Oh, damn.
Edwards against Washington. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it.
And even losing big, you have to maintain composure if you want to avoid embarrassment.
Christie's checked in for Dallas. 29 seconds left in the third quarter here. Here's Prez. 43 points in the game.
Oh, man, I'm supposed to get a 9. Why you throwing there?
Over Randall. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Davis has got 16 points now.
And I'll tell you what, I just love how Davis runs the floor. Just incredible. I mean, how do you stop him in these situations?
Randall on the screen. Here he goes. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves out in front by 19 going into the break. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. Back after this.
Look, you see right on his chest. You see it. See that?
Bleed a little bit, I think, too.
Bingo. Thank you. Took a lot getting this up. Yeah, that was a big one. Yeah, that was a big one. So I wonder if he had already bruised my... Yeah, jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. I hate to take that down. Thanks, Mom. Jesus Christ, it's always the same clip. Yeah, I didn't see that.
All right, let's listen in. Head coach Jason Kidd. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. Then it's Jaden McDaniels, and it's Prez in at the 1. Now here's Irving. He's coming close. Misses
He's
from
up
close
first.
range.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
There's the 3. Gafford grabs
Oh,
the miss.
fudge.
Mavericks trail by 21. And Irving gets it to go. Here's Prez.
Oh, I could have.
It's stolen by Washington. Gafford with the ball. Now here's Irving. Reid with the rebound. Reid's got rebound number 11. Here's Prez driving in.
Damn!
Wait, hey, dunks are always for the
No
big boys.
replay.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Irving, that's good.
A huge part of Kyrie's game. He's so good at capitalizing from outside.
Guys walking back first base. He actually did play pretty good.
Prez, the pass to Reid. And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul so far.
So that's one center story. Now tell me about the ball scheme story.
Yeah, I mean...
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Randall, a screen on Irving. Prez, that's good. Prez has got 49 in the game.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
This means you're doing your best.
Gafford against Reid. Here's Irving. Uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got 7 now in this quarter.
Yeah, despite them being behind, he's been impressive. But he can't do it all by himself.
Here's Prez. Another one goes. Incredible.
Yeah, another huge night for him. One of the many over his incredible career.
And he's nearing the 5th most 50-point games in NBA history.
And the top 5 is Baylor, Harden, Kobe, MJ, and that guy at the top, Chamberlain. And that is NBA royalty.
They were the away team.
Inside, he shoots. And the layup falls. Prez has got 53 points.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
He's given up, which is
will stand the minimum games threshold for postseason awards. It seems to be working as a motivator.
Well, especially, Brian, because those awards can impact player contracts. So that benchmark, 65 games, about 80% of the schedule, that's a bar that players are looking to surpass.
Do you like the 65 games? Or would you
Taking over.
I mean, I think it's great. If anything, I'd like to see it higher.
It doesn't matter what I do because they don't
Here's
score.
Christie. Pass to
And
Irving.
like,
The 3. Again, the miss by Dallas. The Timberwolves have gotten 6 of 8 shots to fall during this fourth. Here's Prez. Crafty move. Outside for Randall. Here's Prez.
He just, I mean, he doesn't this shit, you know?
Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Washington's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Irving. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Grant, we all know how good Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career.
And Dallas making a change here. Exum's checked in.
Yeah, this whole season I wasn't letting myself get too close to the ball because, you know, I knew what was going to happen. But after seeing what's happened this whole season, they did nothing for him. I decided
and got it! Another basket!
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Washington passes to Gafford. Pass to Irving.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. I agreed with him.
That one goes in. Irving's got 38 points.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Thompson outside. And the league has made it clear, Grant, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, B.A., it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch.
Lively, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Anthony Davis comes in for Klay Thompson. Exum's shot is off. Minnesota leading by 22. Drives to the hoop. Prez. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. Davis has got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Exum. And here's Washington. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Prez has got 7 rebounds in the game. Down low. And he jams it home with authority.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Washington outside. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Stolen by Davis. Pass to Irving. Exum outside. Now Davis. Uncovered. 6 on the shot clock. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, Davis is a very capable shooter. He can hit from just about anywhere.
Reed sets a screen. Here's Prez. Lively grabs the miss. And Davis has got the ball here for Dallas. Pass to Irving. The 3 is up. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed. Davis has got 7 assists in the game. Here's Prez. Here's Randall. Checked by Davis. Randall, a screen on Irving. Here's Prez. And another one.
And with this tremendous night, he is tied for second most 60-point games in a season.
What a year he's having. Game after game, being able to score so effortlessly. Truly remarkable. Here's Exum. 3-pointer, no good. Minnesota leading by 21. Pass to Randall. Here's Prez. Good. He hits again.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Marshall, he's checked in for Washington. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Minnesota.
You talk about like the legacy part of it too. Like it's unfortunate.
The Mavericks shooting the rock well at 46%. Exum outside.
He's not winning games.
Outside Davis.
Runs for us. You know, like he might have the best
Again, the miss by Dallas.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Prez, the pass to McDaniels. Here's Prez.
Pitcher hitting, but he could pinch hit on one of his off days.
All right, Stan, what's one rule you'd change if you could be commissioner for a day?
Well, first thing I want to know, Brian, if I get to be commissioner for the day,
all the replays, no more reviews, human factor.
No reviews, no challenges. Let's play the game and keep the flow of the game going.
Shot clock at 5. Davis, that's good. Davis has got 20 points.
You know, the best thing about AD is he can contribute in every statistical category.
Here's Prez. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
The Mavericks shooting right below 40% here in the fourth. Exum passes to Lively. To the middle. Here's Irving. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Irving's got 43 points. Minnesota leading by 22. Here's Prez.
Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk!
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible!
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam capturing the moment. Now here's Davis. Press to Lively. And he can't get that one. Nice D from Reed. Minnesota's gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. And here's Randall. Checked by Davis. Reed to screen on Irving. Prez. Hits yet again. Wow! 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Back to Irving. 1:49 left to play in the fourth. He can't get it to go. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 12-4 run. Pass to McDaniels from the arc. That's off target. Now 6 for 10. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting pretty well at 45%. Lively with it. Outside Davis. 5 on the clock. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Randall's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Timberwolves.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do.
Oh, foul. Get out of here. I'm out there. GG's.
And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ready to say, get the flags out.
What's that? So, that depends on how you think about it. You know, if you sit on the pole, it's a little bit different than falling the field. Our rookie, he's currently sitting on the pole.
What's the difference to go in the Hall of Fame?
He really almost scored more points than Kobe.
It's sitting atop the pole position for the Indy 500. First time in 40 years that rookies has won the pole. He averaged 232 miles an hour, point something, over a 4-lap qualifier. He's in it. Now, there's a couple cars that were not allowed to qualify. Penske cars. Joseph Newgarden, previous Indy 500 winner, was not allowed to qualify to sit on a pole because they had done something to the engine or welding something. It was deemed illegal, so they weren't allowed to qualify, although they are in the race. That is Joseph Newgarden. He was not allowed to drive a car, so he decided to take a little jog around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They all live in
NBA 2K25. What's the difference in GOAT Skills Gold and Hall of Fame?
NBA 2K25. What's the difference in GOAT Skills Gold and Hall of Fame?
Today, I got a special video for y'all boys. Before we get into the video, let me get y'all to go ahead before we get too far into it. Leave a like on.
I will explain you how to use the Go skills in Nba2K25. First, to change your Go skills, you go in a...
Not that, you dumbass. Such. What the fuck is the difference? Motherfucker.
YouTube, what it do? Subscribe if you're new. 91 to a 99. My pass accuracy go from a 66 to a 99. My perimeter defense go from a 76. Get it upgraded to the next level. Now, once activated, depending on what Go skill you're using for defense and rebound is the same category. We just call it defense. Just like that, just Go skills start out.
Oh my fucking god.
No. Let's see. Pretty big. I mean, if these ranges when I'm in my career or whatnot. But once I do get it, what
man, explain the differences. Fuck.
So you about 86 and 90. Now, if
we can't read the fucking screen. Man, these motherfuckers are fake as fuck. God damn. I'm gonna have to look it up on the official site. God damn, man. Unreal. 6 foot 8-1. Man, goddamn. Cheating, bitch. Very good, man. There we go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is Sketty. Welcome back to another video. Today, I will be showing you guys the differences between every GOAT skill in 2K25. So let's start off here. So number one, we have bronze, right? We have bronze. As you can see on this, all you can use. Yeah, that's the only gold I have. So basically, every single one of your stats are going to be a 99 overall, though the duration does not change. So the only thing that really goes up are your stats will all the way to a 99 overall, which though that is very good. Though after you get your 4 3-pointers without taking any bad shots when the requirement, and the 6-minute runs out, you can no longer use it after those 6 minutes. You have to obviously wait until a whole different game. And next up, and last but not least, we have Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is honestly OP. Basically, obviously all your stats are 99 overall, and you get a 6-minute duration. Now, when you look at this and you look at this, you're like, what's the difference?
There you go.
All 99 overalls, everything's a 99, and they have 6-minute duration. The difference between this Hall of Fame and every single other GOAT skill is that this Hall of Fame, what's it called? You actually get to use it more than once in game. So you know how?
Oh shit!
You can no longer use it in game.
So you can redo it. Oh, that's fucking stupid. Holy shit. Okay, I'm maxed out on everything. Okay, I got 2 in this. 3-pointers without taking any bad shot. Eee, that's. Make 3 mid-range shots. Okay. Okay. Check the skies. Why couldn't that other one, the DSP Hall of Fame? That's my favorite one. Don't allow point of paint 5 consecutive possessions. Yeah. Brilliant wide open shots for 4. Now that's actually doable. I mean, a big one of the harder ones, but €4, all Hamlin, steal, standing duck, driving dunk. Offense closer. I like those. I actually like those a lot. 5 shots from the post without a turnover. That's hard to fucking do. You have good low post. Why would that even be a fucking option? Alright, get 2 total alley-oop assists and finishes.
Hey, you still want to play 2K tonight?
Yeah, want to grab burrito?
Yeah, grab me one.
Okay, see you then.
Damn, bro. It's like 17 for that. I'll leave you $1. 1v2. I'm a 77. 77. You thought, man, I gave him a like and subscribe to the answer to the fucking question. Fucking other idiots. Right. Yeah. Well, this is a game that you can talk to. They do it right there, man. Boom, 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 boom. Everything. Even blue stuff. That's what they do too. Ain't no way. Oops. Jesus. Nope. Wow, we went the wrong way there. Fucking lights here. You go, but.
Gotta love H-Town. This city shows a hoop of love.
I like this family now. Yeah, management takes it very seriously.
Fever nuts. Fever nuggets.
Okay. And then we got a buggy. We got like a little buggy. Oh, bro. There's a buggy over here. It's so. Chad's got more a little bit. If you put a gamer subs in here, see if it makes it things better. That will start the transformation into the bubbles mode. We will watch it out. Hey, every time you buy like the cup or something, make sure you wash it out. And if you don't wash it out, you're going to wind up drinking something in your drink.
The best value in tools just arrived near you. There's a new Harbor Freight store, packs full of quality tools you need at prices you deserve. Come in for a great deal today and every day. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
A 3-point shot. Oh, it's been 82. I can't even make this. It's crazy.
Almost spilled my gamer subs. Hold on. Here's the bag. I might have put the bag. This is where it starts. This is where it starts.
That's crazy.
Hey. My induction to the buggy start. Cheers. The Bucky's ritual has commenced. Why does it taste? Why does it taste? Why does it taste like there's that extra property of it?
Why does it act like there's something new? Okay. Definitely got plus. I thought they were free. Oops. How did it go? Oh.
Cheers, man. Go suck it out. Here's a good ball in there. I'm dead. Yo, happy 25th birthday, Mia. Oh, Maya. Happy 25th birthday, Mia. Maya. Happy birthday, Melody. Or Melody as well. Happy birthday. She done first with the line.
Okay. That's how it happened. Candy from Buc-ee's. Okay, it's so that way we'll get it up and all that. Which I know we would do that anyway. But it's sealed and looks like candy. Yo, Chad, did you hear that? Buc-ee's watermelon cotton candy real quick. Did you hear that? Scared.
Bon apple Tito.